right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get started today. It's Monday. We're going to have some fun, but remember something. Let's look at last week, too. Biggest problem you got to realize is timeline. To reach a goal, oh my goodness, it's like, But again, you're going to have to want it bad enough. So that means today. If you don't know me, get to know me, because I'm online 6 days a week. I'm the godfather of credit, building billions and billions of credit for people over the last 45 years. So we got some choices today. There's no pictures, there's no recording, because you got to put it here. You see the goodies on that side? I obtained. You have to obtain those things too, if you follow through. Not easy. If anybody told you something's easy, they're not telling you the truth. So the bottom line is, I want to repackage every one of you. That's your ultimate goal. This year should be a $5 million year. But again, you have to look behind the curtain. You have to understand how things work. The bottom line, that's what I want to give you, rules and tools today. The 750 score, not hard to do, but what did I have to do to get that $100 million mansion? All right, that building, that $1 million Lamborghini, that $5 million mansion on the harbor, and race boats and yachts? You got to have a good credit score. That's the bottom line. So I think you should think about this 750 score and more, because that's what I obtained, is about an 841. Now, getting cash credit to the corporation, you got a business, you need the money, okay, no problem. But here's the biggest problem in the beginning. We have to rebuild you. I need to analyze and see exactly what we need to do to make you a qualified CFO. So you can get a Ferrari, you can get basically mansions and all goodies and Harley Davidsons too. Once we get to that 100,000, I can build you up and away, usually $1 million plus. So the bottom line is, pay attention today, write down the rules and tools, how to play. Now, if you let me add you to my credit system, I'll show you exactly what it needs to be done. See, I'm the guy that trained Ken Yarborough years ago, security chief at TRW in Experian. Today, you can learn how to be trained too. Listen, write it down, and follow through, so you can get your $5 million mansion as well. So understand today, getting goodies is good. I like goodies. I think you should get yours too. Not so easy, but you have to work through the process. I can show you how to get your American dream. But again, I have to analyze you. I have to look at your personal credit, look at your spirit and your Transit and Equifax, and teach you what needs to be done. The lack of knowledge, that's what most people are missing today. So don't forget, I'm online 6 days a week live. You can always ask a question or two, because I want to rebuild every one of you. 1,000 steps to millionaire, certified CFO, ultimate goal. My legacy should be the Ray Reynolds University. Ultimate goal, what I've always wanted to do. When I brought in $2.6 billion of corporate structure by the time I was 26, I wanted to give it to the world for free. Nobody wanted to play with me. I guess they didn't have skin in the game. They don't want to play. So the bottom line today, any program you get in with me, usually I want to give you back 100%, or times 10 your money back through personal business credit. That's right, every program usually comes with credit back to you. It's a bonus. So the ultimate goal, write down the diagram in front of you. That's a corporation. Those are divisions or subsidiaries. So let's understand. In the city you live in today, have you ever watched the bank close down locations like Bank of America, the bankrupt 5,000 locations? Wells Fargo, Citibank, Union Bank, all right, U.S. Bank, Federal, actually Wells Fargo too. You see, you got to understand something. Every time they file a bankruptcy in a location or shut down a location, they get a tax credit. They made a business decision under a corporation. So the bottom line today, you got to learn about SSN and SS4. Sam's Club did the same thing too. And then we got Geico that left California last year. And on top of that, 11 cities filed bankruptcy. Well, how did they do that? Well, under the Federal Protection Act, they filed a Chapter 9 bankruptcy. You see, everyone I've talked about so far plans the problem in case it happens. Unfortunately, most consumers bring the pain home. So today, the number one goal is not to bring the pain home. Stop that. Number 2 is to become a certified CFO. Number 3 is to program your brain into millionaire status. So the ultimate goal, the blueprint that I designed years ago, how I got into millions and billions of dollars of the corporate structure. So today, let's introduce you to the 14th Amendment of the Constitution. It says a corporation is a legal person, 153 and a half years ago. So you got choices today, and my thought of the week is very simple today. I want it to be simple. What are you waiting for? I don't understand. I brought in my first 100,000 at 9.5 through Helping Hand Industries. I brought in $1 million at 14 and a half and double billion at 26. What are you waiting for? Why haven't you done it for you? Look at today's date and look at the past. That's a roller coaster of faith and persistence. You see, the lack of knowledge is the stupidity of man and woman. We're not stupid. None of you are. But your lack of knowledge is holding you back. Your bottom line, in the past, you've been following like sheep. We have to teach you how to play today. So the ultimate goal, don't be afraid to start a business. Don't hold yourself back. And don't think you can't do this. So let's do another diagram again. Structure is the key. Banks, grocery stores, cities in the United States of America too. What do we look at? Corporation and divisions. See, banks choose subsidiaries. It's a corp owning a corp. I want you to use a corporation with divisions. If you have a corporation today and it does business, I'm sorry, when they sue it, they tend to sue you. If you have a corporation making a management company, you manage your divisions. If a division screws up, you get rid of a piece. You don't bring the pain to the corp or your family ever again. So that helps you stop bringing the pain home. Put all your ducks in a row. All right, let me repackage every one of you. So the goal is simple today. What most people do, unfortunately, I have to say, they follow like sheep. They get a friend and family, kind of rip them off too. That's not good. So let's look behind the curtain today and learn what you can do for yourself. Because you're going to learn to do things for yourself instead. Even if you pay them to do it, at least learn what they did for you. See, I'm the incorporator for rich and famous people. Ex-presidents, people coming out of homeless, people coming out of prison like Freeway Ricky Ross. So you got choices today to learn to play. But what most people do is they have their kitchen table meeting. You sit around the kitchen table, that's good. You talk about starting a business. Everybody gets excited. And then the next thing they look around and say, where's we going to get the money, honey? Hey, let's hawk the house. Let's jack up the credit cards. Let's screw it up. Let's bring the pain home. Well, that's what most of you people did. See, when you jack this up past 29%, plop. You got stuck. You can't get any more. You backed yourself in a corner. All right, I don't want you to do that ever again. I want you never to bring the pain home again. So understand, right down to today's date, project 90 working days. So you can get your $100 million mansion, your $1 million yachts and race boats and all kinds of goodies and $5 million mansions. Hey, that's just one of the ones I obtained over the years. And that was 20 years ago. You ought to see the ones today. You got a choice to play. When I wrote Winning the Game of Business 44 years ago for Repackaging America, that's what I want to do with you, repackage you. So you got a book that'll give you the blueprint. Every book gives you up to the $1 million dream. You can't even screw it up. I sold it at the Bonaventure for 32 years every Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Ultimate Goal for $5,000 a set. So today you can get a copy of the Millionaire's Founders Kit, the real estate system, how I got millions and billions of real estate, and become in the bank as well. Today it's $1,000 for all 18 books and CDs, or if you invest $1,000 with me, I'll give it to you for free. Simple. I like simple. I call that the KISS method. So if you start a business today, hold your breath. You don't know if basically the supplier, the creditor, the employee are going to kick your ass heads or knock you down or catch you, or you're going to fall off the cliff. See, starting a business is not easy to do. The bottom line is, it sounds good, doesn't it? But I was born in a taxi on the way to Guardian Hospital. She didn't want me, so I got to be Mrs. Hope. All she did is use and abuse me too. So your journey today can begin if you listen and learn. Because I don't want you to make the same mistakes ever again. So every day I'm up at 2:25 in the morning. I drop to my knees. I said, thank you, Jesus, for another day. Then I go look in the mirror. You see, I didn't get a mommy and a daddy. I was eating out of a trash can at 3. It kind of sucked. But you know what I did? I put myself in check ever since that day. And I look in the mirror every day. Have I completed everything I need to? Is there more to be done? Ultimate goal. So I think you basically cloud your direction. You allowed people to give their opinion. If they haven't brought in millions and billions like me, quit listening to a bunch of dummies. I want you to learn to see it, believe it, go get it, and quit clouding your direction, please. July 4th, 2009. Didn't matter if you were millions and billions of dollars. I got 3 yachts in my backyard. Where you park yours? What did my wife wanted to do? Take people to watch the fireworks. Okay. There I am the next day in a coma. My tax attorney tricked my Watson on a POA and steal my life. The nurse asked my wife if I was a donor. I got a choice to stay in peace or go back. I said go back that day. I get to come back homeless again. That kind of sucks. So you know what? The bottom line is very simple for you. It's a mindset if you're going to reach the American dream. And that's millions and billions, because I got no excuses, neither do you. I had to move 24 times when I was 11 and a half years old. I got to go to school in Watts, Torrance, and Hawthorne, all the good areas. You see, it's a mindset like I told you. I've been shot twice and not 6 times too. So do yourself a favor. If you want to feel sorry for yourself, do it for half a second, get over it. I want you to learn to see it, believe it, go get it, and repackage you. I got a book coming out this year called Jesus is Not a Drive-Thru. See, I believe being a Christian is a way of life, not a moment in time. The ultimate goal. So getting past go, hardest thing to do. Because you're stuck where you're at. Unless you'll let me shake you up and wake you up. I like to show you the Lamborghini collection, the Duffy, the mansions. How I broke the record for the highest kick on the planet in 1981. Alright, the bottom line is helicopters. I got race boats in the backyard. Where you park yours again? U-Docks, yachts, and Ferraris. See, I don't use clip art. I want to show you the real goodies. But that's 20 years ago. You got to see what I got today. You see, you got to play. I want you to master the Ray Reynolds University blueprint, Ray's rules too. But again, there's a blueprint. Then I want you to learn to write down, see it, believe it, go get it. The ability. Now I need you to write down section 611. They say you can rebuild your credit yourself. Let's see if you can do that too. Credit repair is a fraud. So what are you going to do? Well, Federal Trade Commission says they can't collect money up front, but they do every time you turn around. And when you look at the Better Business Bureau, you find out they're a fraud too. They're a scam. They're a Ponzi. KBC and Disney, you won't pay their $625. They got an F rating, but so does the BBB. See, they were federally indicted in 2013. They were even kicked out of cities because they're a fraud and a Ponzi. So the bottom line is even CNN or 2020 will teach you the truth. Oh, it'll set you free. They do show Lexington on creditrepair.com with 755 complaints for government agencies chasing them. All I can say is be careful. That's what I think you should do. When it looks to life like we hear it on the radio and TV every day. But they were indicted 6 times. The last indictment was $100 million. I'll have to tell you to be careful with that one too. So now what are you supposed to do? Well, let's understand something. When you hire a credit repair company or you dispute your credit bureaus to yourself, you're trying to trick a computer. It usually makes the creditor a little upset. They get more aggressive and your score goes down. See, if you're looking for a 750 credit score, let's understand something. Credit repair doesn't remove your debt. That's where the silliness of consumers are. You think you can hide from it. This is when you have to man up and woman up and understand you got a debt. Take care of your debt. 3 things to do to get to a 750. It's pretty simple to do. Open collection account and negotiate. Get your revolving cards to 25, 29%. Do a wrapper refresh. And that way you get to a 750. It's called the KISS method. It's pretty simple to do. And KISS stands for Keep It Simple Stupid. We're not stupid. We just got to learn to follow the rules. So if you want to play, I'm online 6 days a week. And what you have to do is be part of my program. I won't help you unless you go to class. So understand today, you're going to go to class and learn some things from me. Goodies like that in 25 steps today. Get your credit reports for free. Annualcreditreport.com, racecredit.com too. You see, the ultimate goal is I want to do is one thing from you. Once you get the reports, I want to analyze you. In other words, let me personally look at your Spirit and your Trans-U and Equifax. I can tell you exactly what you have to do so that I'll align between you and I in the next 90 days, working days, you'll have a 750 score and more. But that's up to you to follow through. Now, as an adult, I need you to pull out your Social Security card. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, it's in your purse or your wallet. Here's an application that got that card for you. Mommy did it at the hospital. Nixon already took the gold standard out, or if you had to do it yourself. Here's an application nobody seems to read. They skim through it and get their Social Security card. You see, line 1 is very simple. It says name to be shown on card. Full name at birth other than above and other names they use. You were obtained and got a SSN for one reason, 1040 tax return. We are sheep and ducks, so understand something. If you look at your card in your personal wallet today, In most cases, it'll say do not laminate, do not basically use for ID purposes, and don't carry it with you. It also says government agency, usually Property Assessment Administration, not you. By the way, that's the IRS. So when you look at the card, understand you got an SSN for what? The 1040 tax return, not credit purposes. The world violated the rules, but that's as typical of the world today. So understand something today. You got your first paycheck a long time ago. You thought you were ripped off until you realize the IRS gets their cut. You get the leftover. And that's how it works. That's what makes us sheep and ducks. What you forgot to do is look at the 14th Amendment of the Constitution, where it says a corporation is a legal person, which allows an SS4. So understand something today. I'd like you to write down irs.gov. Can you do that for me? Then I'd like you to write down 1244. You see, you can take your SSN and SS4 and file one tax return and almost pay no tax ever if you play by the rules. There you go in front of you. The bottom line is you got one SSN for one reason, 1040 tax return. And unfortunately, 9 out of 10 people screw up their credit because they use it for the SSN for credit purposes. But again, no one taught them rules and tools how to play. SS4, that gives you an 1120. If a corporation is sued, they tend to sue you. Now what are you going to do? Well, banks and grocery stores and cities use subsidiaries. I created a division process in 85 and 86. So that way, because in California we have a franchise tax fee. I don't want to pay that per entity. So I get a corporation and I get divisions. Each division gives me the line of defense. It actually gives me a chance for a second chance. Because what most people do is they jack up their personal credit. They get stuck. They can't get any more. They can't write up diddly squat. And then they wonder what happened to them. You see, the excuse doesn't happen anymore. You have to become a certified CFO and reprogram your thought pattern too. SSN, that makes us all a bunch of sheep. But again, the SS4 makes us a flying eagle. Simple to do. So what do I have to do, every one of you? I got to rebuild you. I have to rebuild your credit. I got to make you a qualified CFO. So you can get credit for the corp and the divisions. Next thing from there, at the same time, I'd like to do a tax ID for you. An SS4 for you. I want you to understand you should have done that all along. I'd like you to learn to choose wisely too. So as we do this today, let's understand something. Put all your ducks in a row. See, the biggest thing, you didn't look at that form here, the application for credit purposes. No, it says application for Social Security card. You see, you got to pay attention to line 1. You got to understand the SSNs for what? The 1040 tax return. If you look in the corner there, it says SS5. That means basically IRS. So let's compare the SS5 to the SS4. The SS4 line 1 says legal name of entity or individual person. They designed it this way. That's a corporation, a division of subsidiary, which you're allowed to put your name on line 1 too. The ultimate goal. You learn to be a certified CFO. So the only application on our planet Earth, you've heard of planet Earth, right? That says reason to apply, says banking credit purposes, is that application period. From there, it allows one per entity. So that way you never bring the pain home to you and your family ever again. A division of you. You see, what you have to realize is the SSN, you get a paycheck. It's tax. You get the leftover. You're supposed to live on that. Your lifestyle is your income. Personal credit's not free money. You got to quit jacking it up, because that's what brings the pain home. A corporation's an SS4. That means you get to buffer tax. You get to receive all the money, pay no bills. No, pay all the bills first, then pay tax on the leftover. No leftover, no tax. I wonder if that's how rich and famous people do it every day. Corporate credit. Buy at wholesale price. See, a corporation gets credit cards, cash credit that I apply for you using my history and my dashboards as an affiliate. You get to write off corporate credit, the card, the interest rate, and the line of credit. That's the ultimate goal. When you jack this up, you bring the pain home, and then you get stuck. The car at fleet price division, hotels, free buffet. So the reason I want you to focus on divisions is to give you a second chance in case one screws up. They're cheap, multiple functions, buy at wholesale price. And basically you can have credit reports too, and real estate, and separate liability. So our ability is to have the line of defense. You didn't give yourself a line of defense. You jacked it up, got stuck, couldn't get any more. Your rules and tools, your lacking is why you're bringing the pain home today. I'll give you a guarantee in writing. I will guarantee what I can do for you 100%, as long as you are part of the program. You go to class, you learn the rules and tools, you follow along, and you do what you're asked to. Is that okay? The bottom line is violations means you jacked up a card or applied for credit during the program. The bottom line is don't do that. If you do, because I pay your first wrapper rescore, you're paying the next one, or we're going to close your case. You might have to talk to your specialist or Santos, the floor manager, at 800-510-3338. You see, you got debt. You got to negotiate it. Remember, past can't chase future. If you have an IRS problem, there's a solution to that under the Constitution. IRS has a form called 656 433A and B. So you got a solution to that too. So understand today, wrapper rescore and wrapper refresh, I invented both of those 38 years ago. If I add a wrapper refresh and block anything and pop you up and away, I can help you rebuild you. But again, that's $750. As long as you do what you're asked to do and you're part of the program, it allows me to repackage you. Ultimate goal. Don't forget the 3-step. Very simple to do. Negotiate an open collection account. Get your revolving cards at 25, 29%. And on top of that, wrapper rescore, get your $750 more. You see, that's called the KISS method today. We don't have to base the screw up anymore. You see the $750? That's what I want to do for you if you allow me to. This means what I want to do is very simple. Rebuild your credit files. All right, wrapper rescore. All right, get you to go to class on Saturday and listen and learn all through the day. Get you $750. Now, I normally charge you $1,000, $999. But I always give you a card back to you for $500. During the broadcasts, I always want to discount it for you. So during this broadcast, you can get it for $499. When I get you that card for $500, it reimburses yourself. And all you have to do is take your cell phone right now and take a picture of that scan it, get the invoice, pay now. That's during the broadcast. You wait till after the broadcast is done. Don't worry, we'll be glad to collect your $999. That's what's going to happen, and you get 90 days of coaching with me. Ultimate goal. So here's Zelle, if you want to do that too. Ray Reynolds, recipient, rayscredit.com. You got bank, transfer, deposit, and wire. So you're assigned a specialist at 800-510-3338. That way they can guide you through the process, and the paralegals as well, back to the classes with me. Now, if you want to make some money today, give me referrals. I tend to build you more credit or pay up to 10%. That's not hard to do. Now, I need you to do your part right here and write down a phone number. It is 888-567-8688. See, you're on the national mailing list because you're a voter, got a corporation, or a cable bill. Why don't you opt out for 5 years to slow down the robocalls and the junk mail? Is that okay with you? The next thing I want you to do is plan the problem. I believe you allowed someone to knock you down and rip you off. Probably a friend and family member. Or you spent thousands, some didn't work. Now I need you to write down safety credit. I want you to put a sticky in the back of every credit card you have today. I want the sticky to represent the balance, all right, the current value of that card, the limit. Maintain 25% always, never past 29%. So I wrote the rules and tools and designed for Yarborough years ago. If you listen and learn today, you'll learn exactly your line of defense. Every dashboard gives you the ability to say 0 to 29 is green, 30 is yellow, 50 is red. So when you take a card past 29%, pop, you brought the pain home to yourself. Your lack of knowledge, those rules and tools, how to play. Get that sticky in place today. At the same time, I want to teach you how to play because there's a science behind the madness. I want you to balance your debt. From there, understand something today. All right, there's 2 perfect cards on the planet. You see, you always say, I got an emergency. Well, you should have asked them to increase the limit. The next thing, you should have had the 2 perfect cards on the planet. All cards use the 29% rule, but 2. You see, you have 2 cards. They have a pay-to time limit and unlimited to $1 million. So if you have these 2 cards, it'll help you balance your debt. The ultimate goal. So you got a choice today. if I build up that gold and platinum card for you, it's very simple. I usually charge you $9.99 to do that, because that's an unlimited card up to $1 million. Now today, this wasn't supposed to be here, but it is. Okay, I guess we're going to do this. We're supposed to remove this. There's $100,000 at a 60% discount. That means you're paying $3,999 today, as long as it's through the broadcast. $50,000 is $19.99, $25,000 is $9.99. But that's for a current client adding to their package they already have in place. So if you want to do that today, that needs to be done during the broadcast, because it wasn't supposed to be there today at all. But again, that's if you basically do one thing: Zell during the program. Now, private coaching I want to do with people. When I have 2 packages, I had to redo them because I ran out of calls to give people. So this is level 1, 2, and 3 for 90 days in all specialty classes. It comes with $10,000 of cash credit. Ultimate goal. That way you invest, usually $5,000. Today, I'm going to give that away for $9.99. For $999, $10,000 in credit, level 1, 2, and 3 specialty classes for 90 days during the broadcast. All right, will that get you 10 times your money back? The ultimate goal, $25,000 on this one. So that means, very simple, I'm going to give that away for $19.99. That way you get all the workshops that are happening right now that some of you are missing today too. But that's a Zell if it's done now. Ultimate goal, only during the broadcast. Now here's the problem with most people. They have an emergency, they lose their job, and what do? They tend to panic. They should always ask them to increase their limits before they jack it up. Next thing is they run out of time, they run out of money, and then they jack up these in 42 days. I don't understand that. You should never jack up your personal cards past 29%. You should have had safety credit. You should have gold and platinums too. You didn't plan the problem. And the biggest problem is you got your, what's kicked. The goal is simple today. It's kind of like when you need money. When you need it, the answer is no. They ask the bank, the friend, a family member, they say no. Well, that's no fun. If I have a $5,000 card in my hand, which I do, and I max this out today, it's $50 a month. But the average person wastes $50 every other day. They could have a safety credit card in the discipline too. They also say the average person wastes $140 a week. That's $600 a month. If I take $50,000 off of a corporate credit card, the payment is $612.26. So that would have got you 2 pizza restaurants in the drive-thru during the pandemic using corporate credit and write it all off too. You see, you get to write off the credit card and the limit and the interest rate and all the goodies. The business gets to finance itself. So the ultimate goal today is reaching your goal, believing in yourself. Me, I believe in God and I believe in me. When I was kicking the door jams at 10 and then the basketball hoop, they go, "What?" By the way, white men do jump, just stupid people say we don't. Understand something today. You have the ability to understand when Nixon took the gold standard out too. So let's write down Ray's rules today. Let's get you a couple cards up to $100,000. So you have safety credit of $71,000. Never use it up and jack it up again. When you do, you brought the pain home and got stuck. And then what do you got to do now besides go boo-hoo-hoo? The goal is to use corporate credit to finance a business. You have to write off the interest rate on the credit card. If you make it, you absorb the taxation. Usually, if you screw up, it's a division, not the corporate, not you. You see, that's how rich and famous people do it every day. It's called have your cake and eat it too. Ray's rule, step number 7 today. Become a certified CFO and never bring the pain home again. Your ability, you have to listen and learn to turn these up today. There I am, dead 2009. There's my address. Once you check it out, you find I'm factually verifiable too. See, the devil's trying to hold us back and hold us down. God's delays aren't God's denials. You have to learn to see it and believe it. Go get it. Your life today, I want it to be a break even. Anything above that, I want it into corporation. See, if you learn to balance your debt, you can get past go, you can get to the 750, and you can get the $1 million dream. But you got to follow through today too. So understand, a corporation is a credit life because it is a legal person. If we get 10 cards per entity, that's 10,000. No, that's $1 million of corporate credit. We should get to write off everything and finance the business. You see, that's how rich and famous people do it. I teach them all the time. It's not basically legal advice or accounting advice. It's using my blueprint while I rebuild you. That's the ultimate goal. So what I'd like to do this year is repackage you to $5 million. So keep in mind, banks have checkbook money. That means up to $150,000 line of credit, literally with no tax return required. Every bank can give you checkbook money up to $150,000. That could be up to $5.4 million too. Between the corporate credit cards and the checkbook money, I bet you can finance that American dream. But again, it's going to be up to you to follow through. So the $100,000 to build you up and away, then we want to get to the $1 million. So let's look at a corporation. It's a legal person. I heard that when I was 7.5 being used and abused at Mrs. Hope's house. They have a poker game every Wednesday night. What did I do at 7.5? I went to the library the next day. Torrance Police Department, there's a library next door. I went and said, how do I do this? I asked the lady, what does it mean? She came back mean, just said, here's a book, here's a microfiche. Well, I read the book. Kind of got confused because there's no blueprint. So I had to go back for 2 years and I created my own blueprint. I sent away a money order when I was 9.5 years old. Alright, see, I found out corporations are free. You pay a little filing fee. Helping Hand Industries, I got $100,000 credit in the mail. I got named in the movie Dave. See, as an affiliate, which I am, I get to build credit reports under tax IDs. So the goal is very simple today. A corporation or a division should have a what? Tax ID, so I can build a cash credit report for you. So you can finance that business and go up and away. Alright, become a certified CFO. When I built credit for my cat years ago, that was just fun for me. I wanted to prove my point. From there, plastic to use to finance your business. Inc. magazine interviewed me while I was at the Bonaventure years ago. And they said, what do you do to build credit? We use plastic so we can write off the interest in the credit card. Why would I steal it from my family? It'd be kind of dumb. Alright, the bottom line is nobody's dumb. The bottom line could be they have the lack of knowledge. See, cats have 9 lives. I'd like you to have 9 lives too today. But again, understand, the line of defense. See, you didn't give yourself a second chance when you jacked up your personal credit. I think that's silly, kind of dumb. Well, at the bottom line, the only thing I hear every day, Ray, nobody taught me. I didn't like being used and abused as a kid. You didn't have a trash can. Nobody taught me. So I got no excuses. And all I want to do is rebuild you. Let me get you the tax ID for the corporation or division. If you allow that, I'll build your credit reports and get you some cash credit to the corporation. I'll line you up to get some checkbook money too. So here's 7 reasons you need to write down right now why you want a division. Line of defense, something goes wrong. You have a backup for a backup. They're cheap, multiple functions, buy at wholesale price. Ultimate goal, multiple credit reports. And real estate separate liability. So if you allow me through my system to get a tax ID for a corporate division, I'm allowed to build you an Experian, Trangio, and Equifax under the tax ID. And I recommend 9 divisions for $1 million of credit. That gives you the line of defense too. Ultimate goal. Let's understand today. If I get you a gold card unlimited up to $1 million and paid over time limit, my next question will be, would you like 9 sisters? You see, you could have $1 million of credit right away, up to $10 million too. Every division is a line of defense. You go to McDonald's today, it says operated owned by. They even file bankruptcy at McDonald's every year in a couple locations too. From here, you can put a piece of property, or you can put a franchise for every entity you do. See, business is a game. Winning the game of business, I wrote 44 years ago, now 45 years for this year. And what do we get to do? We can put a franchise in every one of those. We can try without bringing the pain home. What a concept. So today, let's say I have a problem with one of my divisions. What am I going to do? Well, I don't have business as a corporation. That'd be stupid. The business corporation is a management company managing divisions. They're the ducks. The emergency meeting, I/we, the board, vote and elect to do the 3-step. Disconnect, isolate, incorporate. I can't save the peace 6 months later. I'm going to bankrupt it under the Federal Protection Act, just like the cities and the grocery stores, and the cities do too. So you have the right to understand tax ID and divisions. The bottom line is a division, I don't want to do it for you. I'll add 2,000 of history, tax ID, set up the credit reports for you. I will charge you $500 a piece per division. If you want 3, it's $1,500. It's a Zell now during the broadcast. If not, sales team sells it for more. That's your discounted price today through me. So I'd like to repackage you this year, up to $5 million if you allow me to. This will give you up to $1 million of credit cards, all right, and up to $5 million of checkbook money. I think that should be your goal this year, but it's up to you. Don't forget my schedule. I'm online 6 days a week. I have no excuses. Neither do you. I have this boot camp, 3 days coming up. It's an event. It's called Setting the Tone. It's January 27th, 28th, 29th. For 3 days, we're going to basically give you level 1, 2, and 3 special classes for 90 days and up to $25,000 of credit I'll build for you. So we're going to go through the Millionaires Founders Kit, real estate, financial system. We're going to go through the 18 books. Normally it's a $10,000 package. Today it is discounted to $49.99 through me during this broadcast only. If you do it, you get it through now. If you don't do it right away, then you pay more. But if you want to just go to the boot camp for the 3 days, it's $1,000 a day. It's up to you. Now understand, you can't go to the next one because there's not a next one to happen. This is my 45th anniversary of helping people 6 days a week, online or in person. All right, in 2024, I'm retiring. Nope, I'm already retired. No, I'm going on a business trip. So the bottom line is the last boot camp I'm going to do. You miss it, you missed out on you. There's your Zell. That's all you got to do. You put a deposit today. From there, I got this Ray Reynolds Millionaire Member Program. It's a 6-month boot camp. The last one I did of this was 2008 for 6 months. So again, I want to interview you. The ultimate goal, when I interview, I'm going to inventory you, your personal life, your business life, and then what your goal list is. See, I'd like you to reach all your goals and not have any excuses. For 6 months, we're going to Zoom every 2 weeks. Next, what we're going to do is I'm going to call you weekly. And from there, I'm going to put you in level 1, 2, and 3 in specialty classes for 6 months. Ultimate goal. The faster you pay, the faster you go to class. From there, $100,000 of credit. Alright, I like to teach you how to daisy chain it to your divisions. This program is simple. It's a 6-month boot camp. Alright, from there, it's normally $35,000. Today it's discounted to $10,000. Alright, you can pay in full and save 10%. Or you can put $5,000 down and $1,000 a month for 5 months. So understand, you're getting Setting the Tone for free. Alright, we're going to go through that 3 days. And on top of that, it's the last one I'm going to do. So you want to make sure you don't miss this one too. There's your Zell. The old opportunity you get into the program. On Saturday, I have 10 classes. Alright, I have 8 classes in rotation called Specialty. So the bottom line is this Saturday, it's nonprofit. See, the nonprofit corporations, there's an exemption called 501c3 exemption. And you get a 1023 form. Get that before you go to class. Ultimate goal is simple. They're charging $15,000 for that exemption through attorneys and CPAs right now. If you want to learn how to play, I teach and I charge you $9.99 for 90 working days of 8 classes in rotation. Today, if you want the nonprofit class, and I'm going to go to the 1023 with you, that class is $499. And you can only get it through here as a discount, and it's a Zell now to register for you. Ultimate goal, don't forget that checkbook money. Banks will give you up to $150 of checkbook money per entity, per division, up to $5.4 million. Never forget checkbook money too. The ultimate goal, you get to write it all off as you build your business, your empire as well. Corporate credit, supply credit, vendor credit, no problem. Cash credit, you got to be a certified CFO. They all require that. So if we do this correctly today, you stop jacking up your personal credit, getting stuck, and bringing the pain home. We're going to use corporate credit because it's borrowed money, it's not taxable. We're going to make sure the divisions do the work. They're the ducks. Division screws up, we get rid of a piece. We don't hurt the corporate or our family. If we win, we're going to usually absorb the taxation. And when you retire, your bills never go away. Have your cake and eat it too. That's Ray's rules. So today your left hand goes, I'm an SSN. I'm a duck and a sheep. Your right hand says what? I got an SS4. I don't pay tax till I make a profit. I understand the IRS public record. So I can turn around today, irs.gov, 1044, and I can file one tax return and almost pay no tax at all? Why not? See, you can learn to play within the rules and tools. If I gave you a check for $1 million today, biggest problem I'm going to have with you, you're going to put it in your personal bank account. I'm going to call that silly and dumb. You only get to keep $375. I would have told you to put it in a corporation, a division of you. Pay all the bills first and pay tax on the leftover. No leftover, no tax. Is that how the rich and famous people do it every day? Maybe you'll learn how to play. Ultimate goal. Richard didn't listen to me. He won Survivor the first show. Running around naked through the show, almost died twice. He got $1 million. He could have turned that into $20 million of leveraged money. But instead, he pissed it away. 3.5 years in federal prison, 10 years probation, violated that too, and went back. You see, you got choices today. We got the United States of America Incorporated. They got 50 corporations called states. States got corporations called cities. See, they planned the problem in front of you. They even did a Chapter 9 bankruptcy under the Federal Protection Act, public record too. They get to bankrupt the debt and stay in business. You should have learned to play a long time ago. I don't think you like bringing the pain home, do you? You got choices today. Why don't you Google bankruptcy? Why don't you Google bankruptcy? And look what it says, SSNSS4. You have to decide who's going to be the duck the next time blank hits the fan. It'll be up to you. Now, my dashboard says, all right, yes or no. I don't build inquirers like you. Let me add you to my credit system. Let me rebuild you. If you have a corporation today and you like up to $1 million, okay. I won't build it for you unless you go to class and learn the rules and tools. The ultimate goal. See, when you bought a corporation before you met me, what did you learn? Diddly squat. You paid an attorney or CPA incorporating service. I'm sorry, they ripped you off. Corporations are free. You pay a little filing fee. Even in California, they're wiping the filing fee and waiving it till June of this year. Why would you pay thousands of dollars for a piece of paper and learn diddly squat? I don't understand. You don't have to be a sheep. You can learn to play yourself. Here's a starter package today. So let's understand. For the beginners of the world, let's do the credit rebuilding rapid score. Articles also stack. See if they don't have them. If they do, we'll use the one they got. I'll put you in setup level 1 twice a week, 10 a.m. on Wednesday and Saturday. I'll give you basically $5,000 of cash credit back. National average for a corporation right now is $3,000. So during the program and during the broadcast, and as you learn to be a CFO, I'll even discount that price in half to $9.99. Scan it now, because you get that price when it's on the webinar with me. $999. $5,000 of credit back, 5 times your money back. No excuses. During the broadcast only. So then I'll give you 90 days of coaching with me too. So the ultimate goal, the million in the making, that's $25,000 of credit. Saying goodies, that's usually $5,000 for $25,000 of bonus cash credit. During the broadcast, I discount it half price again, so it's $24.99. And that'll give you 10 times your money back. Can you imagine anywhere on this planet you can invest $24.99, rebuild your life corporation, I'm going to give you $25,000 of cash credit back to you, 10 times your money back, if you take that scan and do it now. But if you wait, it's okay. Call the office. I'd love to collect your $5,000 too. You get 90 days of coaching with me. There's your Zelle. It's now. No Zelle? You don't get the discounted price. Up to you. Beat your doubt. Run your race. Do me a favor. Let me rebuild you. Ultimate goal. You see, the goodies are simple. I like the goodies, don't you? What you can obtain, even God's gift, the mansions in the harbor. Rates, boats, and yachts, I say the Ray Reynolds University.com. Helicopters, Lamborghinis, and buildings too. Today, I'd like you to change your driver's license, please. I'd like you to go to dnv.com. Excuse me, dnv. Whatever state you're in .gov. I want to change your driver's license, if you would, please, to a P.O. box or mail and address. Protect your privacy. The next thing is, when you bought a car, I'm sorry, I don't like the way you did that too. You got sweated for 5 hours, lost $5,000, got 9 inquiries. You see, you should have told them 1 inquiry set the tone. Alright, but you allowed them to basically kind of mess you up too. So today, understand cars are very simple. Fleet price, tax ID, division. Doesn't show up on personal credit report. Don't worry about the 1099-C. Don't worry about gap insurance. It's a corporate car. And you learn to be a certified CFO. Ultimate goal. If the registered owner is you, there's a bumpity bump. They sue you and take everything you got. If it's a division, they get diddly squat. Why don't you plan the problem from now on and stop bringing the pain home? The ultimate goal. See, every property you obtain should be a division. You don't know who's going to slip and fall and try to sue you. Your paycheck is a break even with your house payment usually. You could play. All right, Google and Amazon never paid tax on their first 10 billion to trillion. Why would they pay tax? They know how to play. The ultimate goal. There's no loophole. They're doing what they're allowed to do. He bought Twitter with a line of credit in 24 hours. He's got a spaceship. So's the other guy. So you could be winning the battle today if you learn to play. And I'll give you basically 90 working days of coaching with me. If you want to play today, you can learn how to win your battle. But again, that's up to you too. You see, I want you to write down more money. Money into more money equals more money. See, you never learned to leverage money. Reference of 3 times 5. You see, Carl here, no matter how many billions he brings in, he never pays state and federal tax. His line of credit is more than he brings in. That's how they play. Even Disney ducked taxes too in Newsweek. Billion in cash. They wrote an IOU to themselves. There you go. See, leveraging money is kind of fun. Today, this wasn't supposed to be there, but it is. If you want $100,000 credit built up for you, it is $39.99. $50,000 is $19.99. $25,000 is $9.99 for a current customer. That's added to your current package. Coaching, no problem. If you're not in level 1, 2, and 3 in specialty classes with about $10,000 of credit, today I'm giving it away. Not $5,000. It's $999 today during the broadcast. The $25,000, the only difference is it's the volume of bonus credit. That would be $19.99. But that way you're in level 1, 2, and 3 in 90 days in specialty classes too. But again, it's up to you. If you Zelle during the broadcast, that's the only way you get the discount. There's your Zelle. Ray Reynolds recipient. Ray at RaceCredit.com. Your specialist holds your hand every step of the way too. From there, run your life through a corporation or a conjunction. That's what I'd like you to learn to do. From there, the ultimate goal, pay tax or buy a Lamborghini. Your paycheck is taxable income, is it not? The leftover, you pay the car payment, gas, registration, insurance. You could yell no right now and drive a company car like I do, but it's up to you. Would you please today get an SS4? That way you can see on line 10 it says banking and credit purposes. It's public record from the IRS.gov. You can find out that I'm telling you the truth. You don't have to be a duck. You can learn to play. But again, that's kind of up to you. See, Nixon took the gold standard out. Every woman that day forward had to do what? Sign an SSN for the baby. Stroller, car, so he can go home. Ultimate goal. It's like anything else today. All right, bottom line is Ray's rules. You see, when I buy a house, it's escrow, close, homestead, trust. If you have a house today, it's not in a trust. I'm sorry, that's called dumb. They sue you, they take it away, and you die stuck in a probate. Your family got diddly squat. But again, that's up to you. See, when you fix up a property today, you hire a contractor. They end up hiring a subcontractor to stand outside Home Depot. They're good workers. But if they slip, fall, and cut corners, they sue you, take everything you got. My way, and you plan my way, guess what happens? They get diddly squat. Why not? Why don't you look up an irrevocable trust today? That's step 19, 6 more to go, please. From here, I get clients and people every day. Ray, I don't want to pay tax. I tell them to knock off the garbage. You can't play peekaboo with the IRS making a mess. If you did, go to irs.gov, download a form called 656, 433 A and B. Understand today, get yourself back in the system. Step number 20. If you ever want to buy at wholesale price and you save up to 70%, you become an OPM. Bottom line, you don't usually have to pay a bill up to 90 days. If you use it for escrow and you close escrow, they pay off the debt. What if you had $200,000 left over? What are you going to do? Most people act like they're rich and kind of piss it away. Then they're broke the next day. I tell you to leverage it up to 15 to 20 million. You see, Ray's rules, leveraging money. Borrow money is not taxable. That way you create the line of defense. By the way, that's step 21 called blackjack. ultimate goal. You see, this is my office in 2008, 2009. One Technology Drive, Irvine Spectrum, 22,000 square feet. Locations in 3 other states. Up to $1 million a day. 2008 was my greatest year of my life. All these people doing buyers are liars. They retired countrywide and all that, whatever they did. 2008 was great. 2009, I got to die. My life was stolen. I had to come back homeless again. Embarrassing, but what did I do? I built $1 million of credit in 6 weeks. I don't stay down, and from now on, neither do you. You get to play with me. All right? You can become a certified CFO. Use the blueprint. See it, believe it, go get it. The ultimate goal. So I will tell you what to do and pray to God you follow through. 1,000 Steps to Millionaire, certified CFO. Repackaging your life to 5 million should be your goal. From here, checkbook money on top of that too. That's the ultimate goal. From here, a corporation's a legal what? Person. What are we going to do? We're going to get you credit for your corporation and your divisions. The ultimate goal, line of defense. So if you allow me to get you the tax ID for the corporate, the divisions, I'll build the credit reports and get you some credit. Line you up for checkbook money too. Reason why, 7 reasons why. Or and build you experience, round you an Equifax. Always recommend 9 divisions up to $1 million too. Line of defense for every one of you. So a division is simple. We file the paperwork, give it to you, send it away, sign it, no problem. Tax ID division. All right, and we had 2,000 of history for the reports. It's $500 per division, 3 for $1,500. If you zell during the program and then broadcast with me, never forget my schedule. I'm online 6 days a week. On Wednesday and Saturday, classes all through the day. Setting the Tone's coming up. It's almost sold out, online and in person. January 27th, 28th, 29th. We're going to basically give these people level 1, 2, 3 specialty classes for 90 days and up to 25,000 of credit. From here, we're going to go through the books, all 18 of them. As we do that, it's normally a $10,000 package. Discounted today during the broadcast to $4,999. If all you want is the days with no bonuses, it's $1,000 a day. Ultimate goal, last and final one I'm going to do. From there, I want you to zell a deposit or something you need to do now if you want to be in it. From here, the Ray Reynolds Millionaire Member, 6-month boot camp. Very simple. This is where I get to interview you personally, privately. Then I inventory you. Then we're going to talk about what you have, personal and business, set up a blueprint and go get the goal. All right, in the 6-month boot camp. Zoom every 2 weeks. On top of that, phone calls weekly too. Level 1, 2, and 3 in specialty classes for 180 days, 6 months. The faster we get a deposit, the faster you do something now, the faster you'll be in the class. All right, build you up to $100,000 of credit. The goal is simple. That's a 6-month boot camp for you. Normally $35,000. Today it is discounted to 10% discount if you pay in full, $5,000 down, and 5 payments of $1,000. The ultimate goal is simple. We're going to give you Setting the Tone for free. The ultimate goal, last and final one I'm going to do. You got to Zelle deposit something now up to $1,000. If you think you're going to be serious about it too. But again, what are you willing to lose? Family, no. Corporation, they can sue. They sue you, no. How about we think about divisions as the line of defense? If we play chess, we both lose pieces on both sides. At the end of the day, why don't we both get checkmate? That's what a division should be. Step 23. If you refer people, 5 sign up to 10,000 of cash credit. You see, the goal is to reach the dream. Think to be the impossible. Raise rules. I've done it for years, 45 years, helping people, using them and using corporations and divisions, training them to be a certified CFO up to the $1 million dream. That's the ultimate goal, using the blueprint. So if I get to repackage you, add you to my credit system, I want you to know how to get the American dream. I want to hold your hand and analyze you right away. That's the ultimate goal. So today, never have joint credit. Just gets in the way. Buy a house, escrow, coast, homestead, trust. A corporation, just a piece of paper. They're free in all 50 states. Never pay thousands of dollars to an attorney or CPA. There's no value to them telling you nothing. Divisions are your line of defense. Real estate, franchise, current business, and the line of defense for you. Ray's rules. I give bonus cash credit for a reason. So you can finance the business, write everything off, and take away your excuses. Because you should always make sure you understand how to play. You should never bring that pain home ever again. But it's up to you. As we play today, the 750 credit score, the ultimate goal. From here, rebuilding your credit. You have to go to class. You got to follow the rules. I got to basically wrap a rescore to you. From there, what are we going to do? Rebuild the credit. Make sure we got a wrap a rescore in place. Go to class on Saturday. Get you a 750 score. Usually charge you $1,000. Give you a $500 card back to you. During the broadcast, I discount it half price. So you can break even with the card that I give you back. And all you have to do is scan your phone right now and pay that invoice now. If you don't, call the office and pay $9.99. That's up to you. All right, but you get 90 days of coaching when you do it through me. Starter package today. What are we going to do? Rebuild the credit wrapper, rescore articles, office tax ID if you don't have it, and make sure we have you set up in level 1 every Wednesday and Saturday at 10 a.m. $5,000 of credit back. And then we discount their price, half price during the broadcast to $9.99 and $5,000 credit back to you, 5 times your money back. And all you have to do is scan and pay now. Simple to do, and you get 90 days of coaching with me. Millionaire in the making. Normally $5,000, you get $25,000 of bonus cash credit. But again, during the broadcast, we discount it to $24.99. 10 times your money back if you scan it and pay now. But if you don't pay now, you can always pay later, and you can pay more. 90 working days of coaching with me. From there, you can Zelle too. Bank transfer deposit. You see, everybody deserves to be a corporate millionaire. But you have to understand the rules and tools how to play. Your banks and grocery stores and cities do this in front of you. It's about time you learn to stop bringing the pain home. Become a certified CFO and understand to reprogram your brain into millionaire status. Start looking behind the curtain. See, we do our best. We want to make sure we stay safe, strong. Jesus does the rest. Amen to that too. At the end of the day, you got 800-510-3338. Call a specialist now. There's step 25. If you don't, all I can tell you, you're going to keep bringing the pain home if you learn to play. Our ultimate goal at the end of the day is do our best. God does the rest. Amen to that too. And never forget at the end of the day, God loves us all.